Hey, what's up, guys? I wanted to do a video today about intonation and talk about kind of what it is and how to do it so that you can intonate your guitars when you're at home. I've got this Telly here. I just installed some new pickups in it from Lambertones. These are Lambertone Blondies. Fantastic pickups, fantastic company. And yeah, so let's get into it. This is talking about intonation. This is a Telly bridge. It's got the compensated barrel saddles on it. So a lot of bridges might be different. You might have individual saddles for each string. You know, different bridges do it differently. The mechanism is different, but the concept is the same pretty much across the board. So intonation refers to your guitar's ability to play in tune all the way up the neck. And as you may or may not know, the scale starts over at the 12th fret. So really the intonation portion of setting up your guitar, really when you tune your guitar, it really affects from about that 12th fret up in your ability to play in tune up higher on the neck. So let's get into it. I've got this guitar set up. I've got pickup height adjusted. The strings are radius to the fingerboard. Relief is set in the neck. And the intonation is pretty much the last thing that I do in a setup. So what I'll do is I will go through the guitar and make sure that it's in tune as it sits. And one thing I want you to note here, you should tune your guitar and intonate your guitar in the playing position. So guitar sitting on your lap as you would play it, because the guitar resting on something, the neck itself will actually pull the guitar out of tune. Or if it's sitting on a neck rest like it is on my bench, that will actually affect the tuning. But for video demonstration purposes, I'm going to leave it on the bench for right now and tune it as it is. And when I finish the video, I'll go back and tune it again so that I know that it's correct. But I just wanted to be able to show you guys with the multiple camera angles and stuff like that, and it's really hard to move it and put it back with multiple cameras and stuff like that so that you can see what I'm doing. So let's get into it. I'm just gonna go through and double check the strings, make sure that they're in tune. Now I did, before I did this video, I went ahead and I just messed the saddles up. I just arbitrarily unscrewed them, screwed them so that they would be wrong, because I want to be able to show you what it looks like or what you may encounter if you pick up a guitar. So I'm going to go through these strings and just tune them real fast. I'm using a Peterson Strobo Plus HD strobe tuner, and it is a fantastic tuner. I love it. I also am a big fan of the Peterson app. I have it on my phone, and I have a clip, like if I'm at a gig or something like that and I want to tune something, I can plug my guitar into my phone, or I have the little clip for the headstock if I'm tuning a guitar that doesn't have a pickup or something like that. Okay, so the strings are in tune. I'm going to gently press down on the 12th fret and check the tuning at the 12th fret. I'm going to get my screwdriver ready. This particular bridge takes a Phillips head screwdriver to adjust the saddles. Also, one thing to note about this particular bridge, these barrel saddles, you will adjust 2 strings at a time, but they are compensated. As you can see, there's an angle on each of the barrels, on each side of the barrels for the strings. So it's not 100%, but it gets you way closer than the vintage style barrel saddles that are just round and they're all the same. This will get you pretty close. Okay, so gently press down on the 12th fret, and actually let me adjust this camera angle. Maybe, hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. Can you see that? Nope, still can't see it. Okay, I'm just going to press down here on the 12th fret, and I'm pressing gently, and then I'm also going to try to do the harmonic. So this one actually, it's actually not that far out of tune. So, but as you can see, the tuner is telling me that it's flat. The strobe is moving to the left, which means the guitar is flat. So what that means is, what you want to do is, if you want to make the pitch of the string go up, you need to shorten the distance between here, between the 12th fret and the saddle. If you want to make the string go flatter, you need to make it longer. So basically, I'll adjust this back to where it was so you can see the bridge. Basically what I'm going to do then is I'm going to move this saddle here up. And the way that you do that is by unscrewing the Phillips head screw. Will move this saddle forward toward the nut. So just double check it one more time. Slightly flat. I'm going to go ahead and check the A string too. Just a little flat. There's the harmonic. Man, these are actually really close. And this guitar was not set up before I got it. So after you move the saddle up, you're going to have to retune the string in its open position, because you are going to adjust the tuning in the open position. So I'm going to move this forward quite a bit. It's also kind of hard because it's resting on the bench. So if you put any weight on the guitar, you're actually flexing that neck, which is going to give you a false reading. But just for demonstration purposes here, I'm going to continue to show it to you on the bench. But just a reminder, you should be doing this in playing position. There's the harmonic, just slightly flat again. And I'm just gonna keep making very subtle changes here. Nothing drastic, nothing crazy. Doesn't take a lot of movement. And depending on which kind of saddles you have, you may need to detune the string and then move the saddle and then tune it back up. But since these are top load, this bridge in particular is top loaded. That's the way this guitar came to me, so I just strung it up that way, even though it does have the string through ferrules. There's not a lot of upward pressure rather on the string, or downward pressure on the saddle, so I can kind of get away with moving it like this while the string is tuned up. But I wouldn't normally do that on a different style guitar. Yeah, just a little bit more. I'm not moving this saddle very much at all. Now I'm tuning the open strings here, going back to the 12th fret. See, that's the harmonic. So it's almost dead tuned on the harmonic. Slightly. So this is what you get when you have these compensated barrel saddles. You can kind of get close on both strings, but you can't get 100% there. It's why it's compensated. It's a compromise sort of with these saddles. But that's the A and the E, low E and the A strings. I'm going to do the D string and G string. These are open positions. Those are tuned. Now I'm going to fret the 12th fret on the D string. Slightly flat, harmonic, slightly flat, G string, really flat, harmonic, slightly flat. So I'm gonna unscrew the Phillips screw and I'm gonna move this saddle forward, because again, I'm shortening the string distance between the 12th fret and the saddle. If you need to go sharp, you shorten the distance. If you need to go flat, you lengthen the string. So here I am. Sorry about bumping the camera. I'm gonna go a little bit more. If you do this a lot, you can kind of you can almost eyeball where the stair step pattern of the bridge, so you can get it kind of close. You probably won't get it 100% that way, but all right, fretting the 12th fret. It's 12th fret on the G string. This one needs to move up. And you know, one other thing that you can do if you really want to get it all the way there on these compensated barrel saddles, you can actually file the saddle so that it gets it closer. I'm tuning the open strings right now. Now I'm fretting the 12th fret, D string, harmonic, fret the 12th fret in the G string, harmonic. See, these are really close. Again, it's a compromise with this particular. If you have the individual saddles on every string, you can get it 100% there, which is great. But honestly, like, this tuner is so precise that these tuning differences that we're seeing on the strobe tuner, see, that's pretty it's pretty close. These tuning differences that we're seeing on the strobe tuner here are probably imperceptible to the ear. Moving on to the B and the high E string, making sure that they're tuned open first. Checking the open strings, making sure they're tuned. Now I'm going to fret the 12th fret on the B string, a little bit sharp, pretty sharp on the E string. So when the string is sharp, we need to lengthen the string to make it go flat. The opposite of what I had to do on these two saddles here. So to lengthen the string, to move this saddle back, I'm going to tighten this screw, and that pulls that saddle toward the back of the bridge. I want to make a fairly drastic move on that one because the high E was way out of shape. That's the B string open, E string open, 12th fret on the B, 12th fret on the E. Still pretty sharp, so move this again. I think I remember I unscrewed this one quite a bit whenever I was setting up for the video. Okay, 12th fret. There's the harmonic. There's the harmonic. Those are in tune on the harmonic. It's got a little bit, still a little bit sharp when it's fretted, and the fretted note is the one that you're gonna play the most often. So I try to tune as much to that one too. And one other note, just from experience, when you are fretting at the 12th fret and checking the tuning, you can test this out on your tuner, but if you press that string down all the way to the fingerboard and pluck it and then just barely touch it, you can check with your tuner. It's going to make a huge difference in what the tuner is reading, because you will pull the string sharp if you push down too hard. So what I recommend, if you're tuning your own guitar and intonating your own guitar, fret it how you play it, and that's going to get you the closest that you can to how you're actually going to play it and get it in tune, so that when you play, you're obviously playing in tune. Now, I don't know this particular guitar player that owns this guitar. I don't know his exactly how, you know, his touch. So I'm going to tune it just kind of with a moderate pressure. This is fretted E string on the 12th fret and fretted B. So now the B, E is slightly sharp, and the B is slightly flat, and that's probably the compromise that we're going to have to make with this particular saddle again. So now, just to be safe, I'm going to go through the entire guitar and tune it one more time, making sure all the strings are in tune, and then I'm going to check the intonation on every string. Okay, low E, 12th fret, slightly flat. A is slightly sharp. Compromise, right? That's the D fretted on the 12, slightly sharp. G open is slightly sharp. Let's tune that again. Slightly flat on the G, slightly sharp on the D. So again, some people like these compensated barrel saddles, some people don't. Tuning the high E string now, try to get it as close as I can to be in tune. And again, tuning it on the bench like this is not the correct way to do it. So there we go. I'm just showing you this for video's sake, but again, you should tune this guitar or your guitar in the playing position, checking it with the tuner and fretting it the way that you would fret it yourself. So this guitar is as close to being tuned and intonated as it's going to get with these compensated barrel saddles. Again, if you have the individual saddles, you can intonate this guitar nearly perfectly, or as perfectly as a guitar can be tuned. A guitar is an imperfect instrument. It'll never be 100% in tune unless you had a compensated nut, compensated saddle, and crazy precision on your fret placement and stuff like that. But this guitar is ready to go and ready to rock. So that's how you intonate your guitar. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and I'll read those and answer them as much as I can. And if you like content like this, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel and give me a thumbs up. Appreciate it, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.